In this video, we are going to work on chapter 1.6, 1.7 homework, which is about derivatives of product, derivative of the quotient derivative, then derivative, it's a chain rule. So in this problem, we are going to work on derivative for products. As you can see, there is multiplication in the let's start working. What is the rule of product, the derivative of product rule? So if we have f of x is equal g of x times, let's say, k of x, then that's equal f prime of x derivative is equal g prime x times k of x and then plus k prime of x times g of x. So shortly saying, you take derivative of the first term, multiply by second the function k of x, and then you take derivative of second one and multiply by the first function. Okay, so let me clean it so you can have it nice and clean. Okay, that's a rule we are going to use. It's a product rule. What do we have here? We have x to power 7 times x to power 3. Okay? So y is equal x to power 7 times x to power 3. Remember, based on rule, if this is my g of x, this is my k of x, so it's practically going to be equal derivative y prime. Yeah, I need to write down. So derivative of y is going to be equal derivative of x to 7 times x to 3, and then plus derivative of x to 3, second term, times x to 7. Yes? And this is going to be equal how much is derivative x to 7? So real quick, x to power n derivative is equal n times x to power n minus 1. Okay? So x to power 7 is going to be 7 times x to power 6, right? 7 minus 1, 6, and times x cubed, plus derivative of x cubed is going to be 3x squared, and then times x to 7. And from here, our y prime, meaning derivative, is equal 7. Since base is the same, so we add exponent, it's going to be x to 9, and then plus 3 times x to 9, which is going to be, since both cases we have x to 9, that means we can add them and we will get 10x to 9. Okay, let's place the answer. So first question is, yeah, we need to find the derivative. Which one you think it's going to be? I have to have x to power 7 times by derivative of x cubed, and then x cubed times derivative x7. So looks like it's going to be this one. Either A or E, right? Because we have sum, addition, and multiplication we have to have. So in first case, it's not A, definitely, because I have x cubed, that's fine, derivative of x7 times x cubed. But in 7x to 6, that's already, again, derivative. So in first case, it's going to be derivative of the first term, x7, and plus, and again, derivative of the first term, x7, which is not working. So this one is going to be, so we have x to power 7. Okay, x to power 7 multiply derivative of x cubed, which is going to be, where is that? No. D, I want to, the answer is in D. Let me see. How can I make it so it's not? All right, it's going to be 3x cubed, 3x squared, because derivative x cubed. 3x squared, okay, all right. And then second one, we have x cubed, which means multiply by derivative of the first one, okay, which is going to be 7x n to power 6. Okay, let's check. Nice work. So in the second one, multiply the expression. Oh, okay, expression itself. So it's multiplication not for derivatives, but multiplication original, the multiplication of x to 7 times x to 3. Here I did, I solved the derivative all the way to the end, 10 to power 10x to power 9, but it looks like they don't want it. They wanted only this piece. Okay, we put it there, that's all right. And now we need multiplication. So let me remind you, x to power n times x to power m, since base is the same, then we add exponents, remember, n plus m, which means in our case, since we have only multiplication not for derivative, but original multiplication, it's going to be x to power 10, 7 plus 3. Okay, checking. Fantastic. Oh, here it is. They want the final derivative. Okay. They need final derivative, which was how much? Let's see, we had it. 10x, here it is. 10x to power 9. Final answer. Okay. 10x to power 9. They want to compare. Okay, they want you to compare how much is the product of original multiplication and how much is the product of derivative. So we get 10x to 9. Nice work. So as you can see, just product of original problem is x to power 10, and product of derivative is going to be 10x to power 9. Moving to next question. It's question A, use the product rule to find derivative of the given function. Okay, we have f of x, x minus 6, for x plus 2. And this is equal f of x. Okay, let me remind you formula for product. F of x is equal g of x times k of x, where this will be my g of x and this will be my k of x, and it's equal f prime of x will be equal g prime of x times k of x, and then plus k prime of x times g of x. So first I have to take, where I'm going to write down step by step, this is going to be equal derivative, hold on, f prime of x is equal derivative of x minus 6 times 4x plus 2, and then plus derivative of 4x plus 2 times x minus 6. Okay, let's see. This is equal derivative x minus 6 prime. So derivative of x is 1. And let's write down. Because remember real quick, x to power 1 is equal. 1 comes in front, 1 x and 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So 1 x to power 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay? And minus derivative of constant is 0 times 4x plus 2. Yes? Which means 1 minus 0 is 1. I can clean it. I don't need to keep it. Yes? And just move 4x plus 2. Plus, so we're taking derivative now for 4x plus 2. Derivative of 4x is 4. And derivative of 2 is 0. So we don't put it. Times x minus 6. Because derivative of available term is always 0. So what do we get? The f prime of x is equal 4x plus 2. And let me distribute 4 times x is going to be 4x. And 4 times negative 6 is going to be negative 24. And as a result, we get 8x minus 22. Like terms and like terms. Okay, let's put the answer. Oh, we have to put the every single step of derivative. Let might as well take the picture so I can quickly put this. Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't like putting step by step these derivatives. We already have it ready, so let's see which one is going to be 4x plus 2, x minus 6, no, not A. Let me see. It's not B. Seems to me it's E. So it's going to be x minus 6 times x minus 6 times 4. Okay. And 4x plus 2 here is going to be 1. I'll tell you which one I entered. This is the answer. I'm entering this one. This is okay. So let me double check. We have x minus 6 times 4 and 4x plus 2 times 1. Okay, let's check it. All right. And we need to multiply, expand the product, x minus 6, 4x plus 2. Okay, let's fly over real quick. So we need to multiply this. I'm moving this piece down. So what do I get here? I'm multiplying x times 4x is 4x squared, because when base is the same, we add exponents 1 and 1. Okay, next x times 2, it's going to be plus 2x. And here, negative 6 times 4x, it's going to be negative 24x. And negative 6 times 2, it's going to be negative 12. Here we have two like terms. It's going to be practically 4x squared minus 22x and minus 12. Okay, 4x squared minus 22x and minus 12. 4x squared minus 22x and minus 12. Let me double check one more time. 22x minus 12, yes. Okay, we are ready to check. Excellent. And the last one is, oh, we need to know the dy by dx, so the derivative of product. And we did it. Remember, we got 8x minus 22. Here it is. See, the f prime of x, and final we got 8x minus 22. And I'm going to place that answer. (8x minus 22). Okay, next question. We are going to solve question number 3. How much I don't like, then I have to enter step by step. I rather would have everything by myself step by step, or then start checking each one of them. All right, now we are going to use quotient rule. Y to power 8 divided by y to the power 5. I mean, x to power 8 divided by x to power 5. And using quotient rule, we need to find derivative of the function. X to 8, x to 5. Okay. Y is equal x to 8 over x to 5. For the beginning, I have to say with the quotient rule, derivative for quotient, based on quotient rule, it says okay, it's gonna be the following way. So the y prime is equal, let's say, g of x over k of x. So that's going to be equal g prime of x times kx, k of x, minus k prime of x times g of x. The numerator is exactly like the derivative of product, with the difference is we put minus here, not add. And in denominator is going to be q of x squared. Okay? All right. Now let's solve it and see what we get. The answer here. All right. So my g of x is x cubed. X of x is k. I mean x to power 8, and x to power 5 is k of x. All right. Let's see what we are getting here. So y prime is going to be equal. I'm going slow so you can see. Derivative of x to 8 times x to 5, and minus derivative of x to 5 times x to 8, and divided by x to 5 squared. Okay, how much is derivative of x to 8? It's going to be 8x squared, right? Eight x squared. So derivative of x to 8 is equal 8 x to 7, right? 8 comes in front, and 8 minus 1 is 7, times x to 5. And then minus derivative of x to 5, it's going to be 5x to 4, right? Minus 1, and to power x to 8. And here we have x to 5 to power 2. That's going to be x to power n raised to power m is equal x to power n times m. Yes, which in this case is going to be 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, so let me squeeze in. There we go. So this is going to be equal x to 7 times x to 5. It's going to be equal x to 12, because x to n times x to m, when both have x as a base, then it's going to be n plus m, right? And we have 8 x to 12, and then minus 5 times also x to 12, and divided by x to 10. So y prime is equal, since in both cases we have x to 12 and x to 12, that they are like terms, which means it's going to be 8 minus 5 is 3x to 12, and we divide by x to 10. So when we divide, we subtract exponent, right? X to power n divided by x to power m is equal n minus m, which means here we have 3 in x to power 2. 12 minus 10 is 2. So this is our derivative for the division. X to 8 divided derivative of x to 8 over x to 5 is equal 3x squared. Okay, since I remember it was asking the whole equation step by step to put in there, let me taking the picture so I can enter. So let me see which one it's going to be. We're gonna take, okay, x to 5 and then x to 8. So first it's gonna be derivative of x to 8. So first we take derivative of x to 8, which means a and b falling out. You can't take first derivative of denominator. It's gonna be x to 8 derivative of x to 8. Oh, actually, yeah, of course. Okay, it's gonna be a, because we have x to 8 prime times x to 5. So x to 5 is there, so we're gonna put the prime of x to 8, prime it meaning derivative, which is gonna be 8 x to 7, yes? Okay, and second one, we're gonna take, we have x to 8 and we have to take derivative of x to 5, which is gonna be 5 x to power 4. I will recommend also take a picture so you can understand what I am doing here, or if you followed me and took a notes, then you will know what I'm doing. Okay, nice work. Okay, here what do we have? Divide. Okay, it's asking for derivative of entire fraction, and it's 3x squared. 3x to power 2. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, it's not derivative, it's asking to divide. Okay, when we divide, we subtract exponents, right? So it's gonna be, it's gonna be, what did we have? 8 minus 5, it's gonna be 3. And this 3 is going because we don't have anything. Okay. Okay. And now it's asking derivative. Now here we put 3x squared. 3x to power 2. Now that's a different story. All right. Moving to question number 4. We need to differentiate the function. All right, let me take a picture. It's a kind of long one. Okay. Let's do it. Thank God, we are not going to write down step by step again. We just dump every answer. We solve here and then put every answer. So we have y is equal 4x to 4 minus x plus 3 negative x to 5 plus 7. You have two options here to get derivative. In one case, use derivative of product. And in the other case, just do simply multiplication, regular multiplication of two parentheses. And then you will have the long line of these terms and just take one and knock down one after another derivatives. Okay, I'm going to follow multiplication rules. So, which is, let me remind you, f prime of x is equal, okay, first let me write down f of x is equal g of x times k of x, and derivative is going to be equal g prime of x times k of x plus k prime of x times g of x. Okay, let's start working. So in this case, I'm going again slow, so you won't get confused. So y prime, or derivative, is equal 4x to 4 minus x plus 3 prime, or derivative, times negative x5 plus 7, and then plus, this plus, derivative of k of x, which is negative x to 5 plus 7. Let me put down, this is k of x, and this is g of x. Okay, prime times g of x, 4x to 4 minus x plus 3. All right, let's work it out. Y prime, so derivative of 4x to 4, it's going to be 4 times 4x cubed, right? Minus derivative of x is going to be 1. And plus derivative of 3 is going to be 0. Times negative x to 5 plus 7. Next, plus, we need to take derivative of negative x to 5, which is going to be negative, and then 5 comes in front, x to power 4, 5 minus 1. And derivative of 7 is going to be 0 times 4x to 4 minus x plus 3. Okay, let's clean up here. Y prime is equal 16 x to 3 minus 1 times negative x to 5 plus 7. Okay, and then plus, so negative 5x to 4 times 4x to 4 minus x plus 3. Okay. Now all we're going to do is just multiply and distribute and combine like terms if there are the ones. So y to the power y prime, which is derivative, it's going to be equal. So let me see, 16x cubed times negative x to 5, it's going to be negative 16x to 8. Remember, we are adding. 16x cubed times 7, 16 times 7, it's going to be 6 times 7, 42, 4 in mind, 7 and 4, 1112 x cubed. Okay, now next one. Negative 1 times negative 5, it's going to be plus x to 5. And negative 1 times 7, it's going to be minus 7. Okay. Next, distributing, which color to use? This one. Distributing negative 5x to 4 times x to 4x to 4, it's going to be negative 5 times 4 is 20. Why is it so thin? Okay. Negative 20 and x to 8. And negative 5 times negative x, it's going to be negative 5 x to 5, because here is 1 and 4, plus going to get 5. And lastly, negative 5x to 4 times 3. So it's going to be negative 15 x to 4. Okay, let's see. Do we have like terms here? 8 and 8. So that's going to be what? Negative 16x to 8, negative 20x to 8. That's going to be negative 36x to 8. We have here plus x to 5 minus 5x to 5. It's going to be, this is 1, right? For negative 5 plus 1, it's going to be 4x to 5. Well, there is no 4 anymore. I mean, degree 5 anymore. So I'm writing down next the degree 4, which is going to be minus 15x to 4. And then plus 112x cubed and minus 7. And this is going to be our answer. So let me take a picture of it so I can enter. Okay, let's place the answer. So negative 36 x to power 8, bringing down, minus 4 x to power 5, and then minus 15 x to power 4, and then plus 112 x to power cube and minus 7. Okay, finally I'm done. Let me check. Okay, what did I do wrong? Let's go double check again. Let me first check this one, if I place the answer correct. 4x to 5 minus 15x to 4 plus 112. Ah, z, of course. Okay. Again? Plus 112x cubed minus 7. Okay, well, let's go back and check. You can also learn from silly mistakes also. Let's see, double check, see what we did wrong here. I'm starting from the very beginning. So, checking here. Because here I just wrote the what we have to do. So let's take it. Derivative of 4x to 4, it's going to be 16x cubed, okay, correct. Derivative of x is 1 minus 1, and derivative 3 is 0 times negative x to 5 plus 7, okay. Plus, I'm doing this one now. Prime of negative x to 5, it's going to be negative 5x to 4, derivative of this one, and derivative of 7 is 0, so 4x to 4 minus x plus 3. So far so good. So here we are clarifying everything. 16x cubed minus 1 times negative 5 to x, negative x to 5 plus 7, and negative 5x to 4 times 4x to 4 minus x plus 3. Okay, so now let's distribute. So I'll clean so we can go over one more time. 16x cubed times negative 5x to 5 is negative 16x to 8. Okay, 16x cubed times 7, 42, 7 times 1, 7 plus 4, 11, x cubed, okay, all is good. Negative 1 times negative x to 5, it's going to be plus x to 5, and negative 1 times 7, it's going to be negative 7. Okay, now let's do the second multiplication. We practically are going to multiply this by this. It's going to be negative 5 times 4, it's negative 20, x to 8, okay, and this is going to be negative 5x to 5, correct? 4 and 1, you add, it's getting 5. And this one is going to be negative 15 x to 4. Okay, well, let's see, maybe combining we did something wrong. Negative 16, negative 20 is negative 36x to cube, x to power 8, and then next come x plus x to 5 minus x to 5, it's my negative 4x to 5. Okay, next come negative 15x to 4, 112x cubed plus 112x cubed, and negative 7, negative 7. Well, I'm not backing off, I want to see what I did wrong, so final check, I want to see it. Okay, let's compare. Negative 4x to 5, it should be, okay, instead of negative 4x to 5, should be 6x to 5. Let's go back and check. So we need to add instead of subtracting. Wow, what a silly mistake, my God. Oh, here, negative times negative. Oh, I told you I do silly mistakes. Plus, okay, that will give us plus 6x to 5. Okay, we are good. So we figured out. I'm not going to solve another one. You already know. And we found a mistake, so just I'm moving on, and you already know how to solve this one. Okay, number 5. Question number 5. Let's see how we're gonna work with this one. So, what do we have here? Question number 5, 7x squared minus 4. Okay, this is getting more interesting cases. So we'll see how we're gonna solve. Let me take the picture so I won't write down wrong one. And we are going to solve. So 7 x squared minus 4 over 9x cubed plus 1 prime. So one more time, the quotient rule, derivative for quotient rule is equal f of x over g of x prime. It's going to be equal f prime of x times g of x. You can't put first g of x prime times f of x. First has to be f of x prime. Okay? Minus g prime x times f of x. And we divide by g of x squared. Okay. So I'm going again slow so you can understand. That's going to be 7x squared minus 4 prime times 9x squared plus 1 minus derivative of 9x cubed plus 1 times 7x squared minus 4, and we divide by 9x cubed plus 1 squared. Okay, let's get going. So what are we going to have? Derivative of 7x squared, it's going to be 7 times 2x, because 2 minus 1 is 1, so we don't put it. Derivative of negative 4, it's going to be 0, right? So times 9x squared plus 1 minus derivative of 9x cubed, it's going to be, I don't need here parentheses, so 9 times 3x to power 2, 3 minus 1 is 2, and derivative of 1 is 0, and times 7x squared minus 4. Okay, dividing by 9x cubed plus 1 equals square. Okay, so let's see. Well, write down here 14x. So 14x times 9x squared. 4 times 9, 36. 3 in mind. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 3, 1226. X to power 3. Because x times x squared is power 3. 14x times 1, it's going to be plus 14x. Next, it's going to be, this is 27x squared, right? So 27x squared times 7x squared, negative 27 times 7. 7 times 7, 49, 4 in mind, 7 times 2, 14, and 489. X squared times x squared going to be x to 4. And 27, it's going to be plus, negative, negative. So 7 times 4 is 28, 2 in mind, 4 times 2 is 8, and 2, 10, 100, x squared. Okay, and divided by 9, x cubed plus 1 to power 2. Okay, let's see if where we have like terms. We don't have any like terms. Well, we should have wait, this is 7x squared. I don't like here something. Let's double check. So let's go one more time. Derivative 7x squared is 14x. Derivative of 4 is 0 times 9x squared plus 1 minus derivative 9x cubed. It's going to be 9 times 3, 27, x squared times 7x squared. Okay. All right, now this one, I'm checking now this one. 14x 14x times 9x squared. Ah, why did I put square when it's supposed to be cube? Ugh. Sorry guys, I'm getting tired. Okay, which means it's going to be 4. Okay, got it. So 189, we have here like terms. So negative 189 and 126, we need to subtract 3 and 6, 63. Okay, and it's gonna be negative 63x to 4 plus 108x squared plus 14x, and we divide by 9x cubed plus 1 to power 2. Okay, let me take a picture so I can enter the answer. All right. So we are getting here, let's place the answer. Negative 63 x to power 4. Okay, it's going to be plus 108 x to power 2 down plus 14x. Okay, all this, I need to highlight and all this. How do I highlight on this? Here we go. It doesn't let me, okay, this way. Okay, divide. Oh, I feel lazy to write down all this. It has to be fractional line, remember? All this again, write down, it's too much. Okay, there we go. If I wouldn't be able highlight on the whole thing, it would be only 14x over fraction, and that would be wrong one, wrong answer. Okay, and this negative, we can take care of it. Negative has to be with negative 63, not in front of fraction, because in front of fraction, that means the whole, the numerator has to change the sign. It's wrong. I'll change it. That's not a big deal. So we are getting here, parentheses, and 9 x to power 3 plus 1 closing parentheses and raising to power 2. Okay, so the other thing we need to clean is this one, and I need to put right in front of 63. Okay, now I got it. Okay, question number 6. We have g of x, 7x minus 8 over 4x plus 1 plus x squared. So let's move and take derivative of that one. So what do we have here? G of x is equal 7x minus 8 over 4x plus 1, and all these plus x cubed. All right, so let's see how we're gonna work this out. So first of all, we have here quotient rule to apply because it's a division, or the other way also to do, I'm going to do both ways. So it's 7x and then plus derivative of x cubed. So let me see, 7x minus 8 over 4x plus 1 and its derivative. So the formula, to remind you, f of x divided by the k of x, let's say, or h of x, derivative is equal f prime of h, I'm not putting of x, it's clear, function f prime times h minus h prime times f, and divided by h squared. Okay, that's the one way. Let me do it, and then I'll show you another way, which I like. I use that way. I avoid this quotient rule. It's too long. So let's see what's gonna happen. The derivative, it's gonna be equal. So this is our f of x, right? This is our h of x. So we need to take derivative of the f of x, which is 7x minus 8 prime times 4x plus 1. If you're wondering why I don't put d by dx, it's just long way. I like shortcut, the short way. I'm a practical person. Minus h prime, which is going to be 4x plus 1 prime times 7x minus 8. Okay, and here we have h squared based on formula, which is going to be 4x plus 1 squared. Okay, this is equal. So 7x minus 8, derivative of 7x is 7, derivative of 8 is 0, and then times 4x plus 1. Minus derivative of 4x plus 1, derivative of 4x is 4, and derivative of 1 is 0, which is going to be 7x minus 8 over 4x plus 1 squared. Okay, this is gonna be equal, let's open parentheses, so 7 times 4x, it's gonna be 28x plus 7, yes, and then minus 4 times 7x minus 28x. Why isn't it? Why is it? Oh, minus 28x. And then 4 times negative 8 is going to be plus 32. Okay, and we're dividing by 4x plus 1 squared. So what do we have? 20x and negative 20x is canceling, and we have 32 plus 7, 39 over 4x plus 1 squared. Now let's show same 7x minus 8 over 4x plus 1 via multiplication rule. Okay, 7x minus 8, 4x plus 1 derivative. I'm going to rewrite this way: 7x minus 8 in the form of product times 4x plus 1 to power negative 1. Okay? And take derivative, because remember what I said. 1 over x to power n, to refresh your memory, is equal x to power negative n. So from here, we're using the product rule, right? That's going to be equal, product rule is equal 7x minus 8 derivative times 4x plus 1 to power negative 1, and then plus, let me put negative 1 more clear, plus derivative of 4x plus 1 to power negative 1 derivative times 7x plus minus 8. Right? You remember the rule, right, of product, for people who don't remember. So f of x times g of x derivative is equal f prime, well, I'm going to drop for easiness, I'm going to drop of x, I'm just putting f and g. F prime g plus g prime f. And that's the rule of derivative for product. Okay, so what do we get from here? Derivative of 7x minus 8, it's going to be 7 for 4x plus 1 to power negative 1. And then we are going to take derivative of 4x plus 1 to negative 1, which means, let me do some drafting here. 4x plus 1 to power negative 1 prime, it's going to be equal, negative 1 come in front, it's going to be negative. 4x plus 1 to power negative 1 minus negative 1. It's and then times, we are going to get inside and take derivative of 4x plus 1. So and derivative of 4x plus 1. So 1, we take derivative of negative 1, power negative 1, and then we take multiply by inside of parentheses 4x plus 1 prime, which is going to be negative 4x plus 1 to power 2, negative 2. And then times derivative of 4x plus 1, derivative of 4x is 4, derivative of 1 is 1. So we are getting negative 4 over 4x plus 1 squared, negative 2, which is going to be equal negative 4 over 4x plus 1 to power positive 2. Okay, let's write down. This is going to be, So since it's minus 4, so I'm writing down here minus 4 to power 4x plus 1 to power positive 2 here, and times 7x minus 8. This 7x minus 8 was multiplication, simply. Okay, and what do we get from here? Let me squeeze it so I can have space. Oh. All right, and we are getting 7 times, we have 4x plus 1 to power negative 1. It's going to be 7 over 4x plus 1 and minus, let me distribute the numerator. 4 times 7x, it's going to be 28x. 4 times negative 8, it's going to be negative 32. 4x plus 1 to power 2. Since we have denominator 4x plus 1 squared and 4x plus 1, obviously in this one I have to bring to common denominator 4x plus 1 squared, which means I am adding 4x plus 1 here and 4x plus 1 here. And we are getting, so 7 times 4x, it's going to be 28x. 7 times 1, it's going to be plus 7. I put this a common denominator, might as well. And since I have here negative, it's going to flip every single sign there. Minus 28x and plus 32. Okay, so 28x, my negative 28x, it's going to be gone. And 32 plus 7, 39 over 4x plus 1. So I did both ways. One way it was the through, here it is. One way it's through multiplication, and the other way through quotient rule, right? Here it is, so whichever you prefer. Okay, so the bottom line is we got here the derivative of 7x minus 8 over 4x plus 1 is 39 over 4x plus 1. All we have to do plus x cubed derivative. So it's going to be, let me see, g prime of x is equal 39 over 4x plus 1 squared, and we have derivative of x cubed. So the derivative of x cubed, it's going to be 3x squared. So we're going to put plus 3x squared. And this is going to be our answer. Okay, it's kind of long, I understand, but it is what it is. All right, so let's write down the answer and check. So what do we have? I need to put big fraction. Here I will have 39. At the bottom I will have parentheses 4x for x and then plus 1 close parenthesis and to power 2. Okay, and then after this I move up plus 3x and squared. Excellent job. So moving to number 7. Okay, let's see what we are going to do. So it's something similar. Okay, let's Let me fly over real quick. So we have 2x minus 9, 8x plus 5. Let me see. 2x minus 9, 8x plus 5, and plus x cubed. Okay, double check. 2x minus 9, 8x plus 5 plus x cubed. Okay, let's fly over and solve it real quick. So I'm going to, okay, this is g of x. I need to take derivative, g prime of x. So this is going to be equal. Derivative of 2x minus 9 times 8x plus 5 minus derivative 8x plus 5 times 2x minus 9 divided by 8x plus 5 squared, right? And plus derivative of x cubed. So real quick, f prime over g prime. Okay, let's not to put g because our equation is there. G, so let's say h prime. So it's equal. Let me put it this way. Yeah. So it's equal f prime h minus h prime f and over h squared, okay? All right, so this is we have derivative of 2x is 2 minus 9 is 0, so and then times 8x plus 5, and then minus derivative of 8x is 8, derivative of 5 is 0, times 2x minus 9. Here we have 8x plus 5 squared, and plus derivative of x cubed is going to be 3x squared. Okay, let's solve it here. Distributing 16x plus 10 minus 8x, 8 times 2x is 16x, and plus 72, and 3x squared. So we need to bring to common denominator, right? Or just put it, okay, 3x squared. Okay, so what we're gonna get here, 16x minus 16x is gone, and we are getting 10 plus 72, it's 82 over 8x plus 5 squared and plus 3x squared. Okay, so let me take the picture of answer and then we place to check. So the answer here is going to be okay, fractional line 82, and at the bottom we are getting parentheses 8x plus 5 closing parentheses, and it's going to be to power 2, okay, and plus 3x squared, okay. Bingo. Okay, next question, number 8. We have 3x minus 14 cubed. We need to take derivative. 3x minus 14 cubed. we are using chain rule. So first we take derivative of 3, and then get inside, take derivative of 3x minus 14. So it's going to be 3 comes in front, right? 3 times 3x minus 14, and then 3 minus 1 is 2. And then times derivative of this inside. So I'm going slow. First you take outside derivative of this degree 3 here. And then take getting inside of parentheses. So it's equal 3 times 3x minus 14 squared times derivative of 3x is 3. Derivative of 13, negative 14 is 0. The result is 9 times 3x minus 14 to power 2. So the answer is 9 times 3x. Let me see, can I? 3x minus 14 and to power 2. Fantastic. Next one. Number 9. So 19 minus x to power 50. 19 minus x to power 50. And we are taking derivative d to dx. Okay, so first we take derivative of this 50. It's going to be 50 times 19 minus x to power 49. And then getting inside of parentheses, taking derivative of 19 minus x. Okay, we get 50 times 19 minus x to power 49 and times what? 1. The derivative of 19 is 0, minus x is going to be negative 1 derivative. Okay, so the answer is going to be negative 50, 19 minus x to power 49. Okay, let me take the picture of it. So, negative 50 and then parentheses 19 minus x, closing parentheses, and raising to power 49. Okay, next question. Oh, here we have square root. Okay, it's interesting. X squared plus 10. Square root x squared plus 10. Okay. Okay, derivative. So it was x squared, right? I read. Yes, okay. So let's get, see what we are doing. It's going to be, first of all, I'm going to rewrite in the form x squared plus 10 to power 1/2. Okay, prime. Why? Where from it's coming? Because square root x is equal x to power 1 over 2, right? This is 1. This is degree 2. This one comes to numerator and this comes to denominator. And instead of x, we have expression. So that whole expression put in parentheses. So we get chain rule. So first we have to take derivative of 1/2 and then get inside, take derivative of x squared plus 10. So it's going to be equal 1/2 x squared plus 10 and 1/2 minus 1. It's going to be negative 1/2, right? Because we need to do minus 1. And okay, times getting inside, taking derivative of x squared plus 10. This is going to be equal 1/2 x squared plus 10 to power negative 1/2, and times derivative of x squared is 2x, derivative of 10 is 0. And as a result, what we are going to get, so, okay, we have here 2 and we have 1/2. It's canceling each other. And as a result, we are getting, since we have negative 1/2, I put in denominator, negative, bring it down. And 1/2 is a square root, right? Look here. So let me clean this connection so you can see. So it's going to be x squared plus 10 in denominator. And on the top is going to be x. Okay. So let me place the answer. Going to be fraction. On the top is going to be x. At the bottom it's going to be square root. It's going to be x squared plus, oh no, it's going to be, it has to be underneath. So here I get only x squared under square root. Okay, let me see. Plus, no. Okay, let me try. X squared plus, it's not. Doesn't get under the square root. That's not good. It has to get in there. I have to squeeze in it. It's not taking. Okay, let's see how we can do it. This and what can I do here? X squared. Okay, looks like it's gonna work this time. Plus, there we go. I got it. Plus how much we had? 10. Okay, we got it. Checking. Fantastic. This is question number 10. Okay, solving next one. Differentiate the function. All right, let's write down. Y is equal 1 over 3x plus 11. 11 cubed. Okay, so y prime is going to be equal. I'm going to do it in this form. 3x plus 11 to power negative 3. Okay, it would be much easier. So derivative is going to be equal, so derivative, it's negative 3 will come in front, and we get 3x plus 11 over negative 3 minus 1, we get negative 4, and then times derivative of inside 3x plus 11 derivative, which is going to be negative 3 times 3x plus 11 to power negative 4, and then times 3, because derivative of 3x is 3, right? Okay, and derivative of 11 is going to be 0. All right, so, and that's going to be pretty much it. So this is going to be equal negative 9 on the top, because 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And because here we have negative, it will move to downstairs 3x plus 11 to power positive 4. Okay, let me take the picture. We put the answer. All right. And we are getting, so it's going to be negative 9. Oh, hold on. Actually, I can, yeah, negative 9, and then division, parenthesis, it's going to be 3x plus 11, close parenthesis, and raised to power 4. Good job. And moving to the last question, number 12. So it's a little bit more advanced. Well, we can take care of it, right? Okay. We have y is equal 3x to power 4, and here we divide 3 minus 4x to power 5. It was to power 5, right? Yes. Okay, let's solve it. So derivative is going to be 3x to power 4 prime times 3 minus 4x to power 5, and then minus 3 minus 4x to power 5, and this is prime, which is derivative prime, and times 3x to power 4, and divided by 3 minus 4x to power 5, and all this squared. That's a quotient rule. So from here, y prime is equal 3x to power 4, so derivative, it's going to be 3 times 4, it's going to be 12, and x to power 4 minus 1, it's going to be 3. I just took derivative of this one and got this. Next, times 3 minus 4x to power 5, okay, minus the derivative of 3 minus 4x to power 5, it's going to be 5 comes in front, 3 minus 4x, I'm doing this one, okay, to power 4, and times derivative of 3 minus 4x. 3 derivative of 3 is 0, minus 4x is going to be negative 4, and times 3x to 4 over 3 minus 4x to power 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, well, just let simplify, and we will get our answer. So we get 12x cubed times 3 minus 4x to power 5 minus, what do we get? 5, negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20, and times 3x to 4, it's going to be positive 20 times 3x to 4, it's going to be 60x to 4, it's going to be positive. And times 3 minus 4x to power 4 divided by 3 minus 4x to power 10. Okay, here we can take a common factor, actually. So this is equal. Okay, is this plus 60x to 4? Yes. So what I'm going to do between 60x cubed and 12x cubed and 60x to 4, I can take out 12x cubed, right? And 3 minus 3x, here I have 3 minus 4x to power 5, and here I have 3 minus 4x to power 4, so which means power 4 comes out. Okay, and what do we have? So from the first term, this is our first term, 12x cubed is gone, 3 minus 4x to power 4, and we have 5, so it's going to left 3 minus 4x. Now this one, second one, we are working with 60x to 4 divided by 12x cubed. It's going to be 5x. Okay, and from 3 minus 4x to power 4, it's going to be only 1. There is nothing will be left. Okay, so we will have divided by 3 minus 4x to power 10. And from here, 12x cubed, 3 minus 4x to power 4. And we get 3 minus x, 3 plus x, negative 4x plus x, and divided by 3 minus 4x to power 10. So here we have the 3 minus 4x to power 4. Here will be 6. 10 minus 4, it's going to be 6. When we divide, we subtract exponents, remember? And the answer we get 12x cubed, 3 plus x, and we have 3 minus 4x to power 6. Okay, so let me take a picture and we place the answer. Okay, so we have fraction. On the top we have 12x to power 3. Okay, parentheses, we get 3 plus x, closing, lowercase x, closing parentheses, and then in denominator we get parentheses, and we get 3 minus 4x, parentheses, and to power 6. Okay, there we go. All right, we're done. We solved all 12 questions. At the beginning, there was, I think 17 question or something, but I eliminated as I was recording because a couple of questions were repetition, so I didn't want to torture you more. So we ended up with 12 questions. So okie dokie, see you in next video.